guys, welcome to mywbcr.com. This is Shaysayss Radio, and we are here today with a very special guest, the CEO of Culturefest New York City. How are you doing, Mr. Shabaka?
I'm doing good.
Shabaka Shakur?
Yes.
That's a unique name.
Yes, it is.
Where is the name from?
Well, I about almost 20 years ago, I changed my name legally.
Wow.
I started, really learning more about my history and everything, and I wanted to change my name to reflect, the development that I was going through.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so why did you choose that name?
Well, the last name Shakur is thankful, right? And there was a verse in the Quran that I was reading where it said that Allah blesses us with so many, and I'm paraphrasing that, gives us so many blessings, and few of us are ever thankful. So I thought that would be an appropriate name because I am thankful for all the blessings that I have.
Right.
And the name Shabaka was from, he was a pharaoh from ancient African times that was instrumental in helping them revitalize the country after it had been demolished.
Interesting. Okay. So Culturefest, right? What is this about? What is Culturefest about?
All right, Culturefest is a festival that we're having in Brooklyn, in Williamsburg section, and on April 20th, that's a Saturday, from 6 to 12 p.m. It's a unique thing. What happened was we was looking at the fact that New York City has a real urban culture, right? That is inclusive of a lot of things. It's not just, and it's funny, we were just talking about living in Flatbush.
Right.
Flatbush is almost like a Caribbean, West Indian.
Yeah.
What do you call it? But every different part of Brooklyn is different. Yet we all kind of have that same commonality. So I was looking at that and looking at a lot of times that's not given the exposure that it should be given. And when we're looking at people coming up in the music industry, a lot of the artists, independent artists, they're not given exposure. We have a lot of different restaurants and people who put together food, Caribbean food, African foods, Latin foods, and they're not given. We know who the main people are, but we never hear about these other vendors. However, we all know, if you live in New York, if you live in Brooklyn and somebody says, okay, where should I go eat? Somebody will tell you, oh, what kind of food you want? You want Caribbean food? They'll tell you, oh, go to Footprints.
Right, that's a fact. Fishing Cove,
Right, we know where, but people don't know. So what I wanted to do is take all of that together and put it into the limelight. Right. So what we did was we had a lot of independent artists that came aboard. That normally you wouldn't hear them unless you're in these certain clubs. So we're giving them a platform so that their music could be heard. And then to draw more people in, we went and got international artists, Afro B.
Yeah, I peeped. I love Drogba, so yeah. I'm so excited.
So that was to bring an international flavor into it. We got Funk Flex.
Yes,
from Hot 97 because I have to thank Joe Jackson because he's been instrumental in helping us put this together. So it was just, and then we went and got artists because we believe that art is part of the culture.
Exactly.
So we went and got Voodoo Fee, and we went and got Uncaso, who is, if you ever see all over Manhattan, that Protect Your Heart, that's him. And
oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I always seen that. I just never thought, who could be doing this?
Yeah, and his art is phenomenal. So we're going to have them, their art is going to be the vibe of Culturefest. When you walk in there, their art is going to be everywhere. Them two artists are kind of creating the space. And then they're going to be doing live art while they're there.
Okay.
And then we have different fashion brands that we're putting out. Street brands that people normally wear but you may not hear of. So we're giving them exposure by, they're going to have booths with their products, their merchandise. So, and we got games for gamers who want to play. We got video games. We got it's a little bit of everything so that when you're in there between 6 to 12, you got 6 hours. You're not just sitting there listening to music.
Right.
If you want to play video games, if you want to go taste different foods, if you want to look at the different fashions and buy some stuff from there. So it's a little, it's to give everybody a vibe of what New York City really is that you don't always see.
Okay, so what makes this Culturefest like stand out compared to any other festival out there?
Because we really don't have a festival in New York. I mean, except for Afropunk, you know, we really don't have a festival in New York. So this, and then when we do, like, let's say you consider Summer Jam or something like that. That's a music thing. This is more than just music.
Right.
And then even those that we may have is more about the name brand. You know, like, this ain't name brand. You're not going to see Gucci and Louis and you know, this is the guys who people really wear in the streets in every day. And it's about the artists that are coming up that they may not be name brand now, but 2 years from now you may be the next Migos or the next, you know, Cardi B. Because 2 years ago, who knew Cardi B except, you know?
That's a fact. That's so true, because she really just like came out of the woodwork.
Right.
So in terms of culture, right? So right now in this world, like I feel like culture is really kind of a word that everybody's been talking about so much. How do you define culture?
Okay, when I look at culture, I look at the norms and the customs of society, of a social group. Like, and that's why I'm looking at New York City as its own social group, which is made up of different ethnicities, but it has a commonality. You know, if you go somewhere, for example, Tim's is a New York thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, no matter where you go, people kind of like look at Tim's as something that's New York. You know, it's not that people don't wear Tim's somewhere else, because I'm sure they do, but it's a fashion style of New York. So we have those type of commonalities, and to me, that's what the culture is. It's the type of music that we listen to. You know, we have a certain brand of music that we listen to in New York versus what they may listen to in California or down south, you know, or in Texas, you know. And the music, the fashion, the foods that we eat, the way that we talk is different. It's a New York flavor. So what I wanted to do with Culturefest is expose that on a bigger stage.
Right.
So, you know, kind of like celebrate it to show this is what New York really is, and allow those artists to present themselves.
It's funny because I find it super important with New York. Because I was just talking about this to other people. When it comes to New York, like, we're always generalized, but there's so much like different aspects to it. So I feel like Culturefest is definitely a dope concept, because now you can see the different aspects of what makes up the one culture. You know, like what makes up everything. Well, especially New York, mainly. So how do you see Culturefest evolving within the next few years?
Well, I wanted to be a platform for up-and-coming artists, independent artists. I wanted to also be a platform for up-and-coming fashion brands, and for even, like I said, food vendors. People, you know, we got one girl coming that she's just starting out. Like, you know, this is, and I don't know if this is a New York thing, but you know, we cook in our kitchens and sell meals.
That's true.
You know, like, that's for real. But her food is that good that people come and cop from her all the time.
Right.
So now, you know, she's actually taking that and transitioning into a store. So she's really fresh out there. But we want to give her the exposure to tell people, look, this is what she does, and she's really good at this. And so I want Culturefest to be that springboard for a lot of the up-and-coming brands that maybe, like I said, 2-3 years from now may be mainstream brands, but right now they're not, you know. Right. And of course, I also want to bring in some mainstream, you know. That's why we, like I said, we want to get Afro B or Funk Flex or something, because we want it to be like a connection. We don't want it to be so disconnected where it's just nothing but new people. We want to be able to bridge that gap.
So how did you scout the like the underground talent? How did you find those people?
Oh, I got somebody for that. Because I got a hell of a team. To be honest with you, I got guys who have been in the music industry, and I got guys who are in the underground music industry, and that's what they do. They go everywhere, and they're involved. Then we had help from Audio Mac, and the streaming service. So we've had a lot of help from people who know who the talent is and know who the underground talent is, and we was able to put together a nice little group that we could bring out.
That's dope. Well, I'm super excited to come. I'm super excited to experience it. And this is the first year that we were having it? Or?
Yes, this is our first year, and we hope to have it every year.
Right. I definitely feel like you will have it every year. So thank you so much, guys. Make sure you guys are calling in 718-951-4444. We are giving away 2 free tickets, guys. 2 free tickets to Culturefest, New York City, happening on April 20th. Make sure you...
They can also get the tickets at culturefestnyc.com. You have to get tickets. This is advance tickets only. We won't be selling tickets at the door. So go on the site and get your tickets. You can also go to Culturefest NYC on the Instagram page and on Facebook. And the link is in the bio. You can get tickets there too.
Yes, the link tree, right. And where should anybody follow you?
My Instagram page is Sha_DA_boss.
Okay, thank you so much for coming. And guys, make sure you definitely buy your tickets and try to win some as well.
Absolutely.
This has been Shaysayss 2 S's, my WBCR.
Joanna, why you do me like Joanna? Joanna, why you gonna do me like Joanna? Joanna, hey Joanna, Joanna, ay. Hey, how you gonna play me like Drogba? How you gonna do me like Drogba?